The Straw Harvest mod from Creative Mesh is heading our way soon, and today we're going to take an early look at it. This pack contains a lot of different things and is making its third appearance in Farming Simulator from 17, 19, and now 22. This is just a regular mod. It's not a paid DLC or anything like that, so it'll be found on Mod Hub for all platforms. Included with the pack, you get the Grown Primus 5000. This will take hay or straw and turn them into pellets. We've also got the Grown Big Pack 1290 HDP2 XC, long name, but an awesome baler. Or if you want a round baler, we have the Grown Caprima V180 XC. This pack also includes the bell twine, bell net, and molasses needed to, well, make some of the bales. This is a feature that was previously only on a few PC mods, but now to be available, at least for these mods, on all platforms. There's also some other goodies in here as well, like the V-Grab or a few pieces from Brussels and Laid. These are mainly used for moving around your bales a little bit easier. There's also attachments for a few of the balers. We have the Bale Collect 1230. This is going to hook up to our big square baler and allows us to pick up 3 bales and drop them all off together. And then we also have the Bale Shredder, which hooks up to our pellet maker if you want to do bales through the side. It'll also work that way. It's kind of cool. In addition to all of that, we also have a couple different placeables. We have 3 sheds. They're all virtually identical. And then we also have a production point right here to be able to make a little bit extra cash. And lastly, we have a sell point. And of course, we can't forget about the star of this show. We have the machine that makes the pellet pallets. Pellet pallets? I don't remember. It's one of those two. So then, let's start it off like we would like a normal mod video to show you each piece of equipment. That way you at least know how it's going to work and that type of things and its features before we actually get out into the field and get to work. So jumping into the mod hub, jumping into mods and DLCs, and then we have everything lined up right here. It's not in any particular order or anything, so we're just going to start off. We have the Grab Front Loader. This can be used on a front loader. We can also use it on a telehandler and wheel loader, and we did have different colors for this as well. This will allow us to, use square bales, round bales, kind of whatever you want through there. Probably more likely round bales, but I think you can use this with anything. Then we have the B50 AR03 front loader. Now this is for front loader or telehandler. We can also use this for wheel loader as well. And what this allows us to do is pick up bales that are flat on the ground. You can see we have, 12 grabs that kind of go down in, and that's really meant to be used with this. We'll explain that momentarily. Now, jumping back in, we've got a very similar version, but this will hold double. All of that's basically 2 of these combined, and this only works on the wheel loader. But again, we can use this with different setups, so maybe you want to use it with a Volvo or a JCB. You can make the colors match and you'll be good to go. As for balers, we have the round baler. It's the only round baler with the DLC, or pack rather. 80 horsepower required, 12 miles per hour, and it will make 125, 150, and 180 centimeter round bale. So very stock stuff for the base game. We'll set up so we have standard and standard number 2, and the refill supplies we have manually or automatic. Now, if you go with manually, you will need to load in your, the bell twine, I think is what this would use, or the wrap. I'm not, it's one of those two. And then we also have automatic. So you've got that as well. So if you go with the automatic, it's going to cost you $10,000, but you never have to load it up. This works just like everything base game normally does. So that makes it easy. Then, over here, we have the big pack, the 1290. Big boy right here. 258 horsepower, 15 mile per hour, max working speed. It actually works super duper fast. Flotation Pro wheels on there. We can make this manual or automatic loading as well for the twine. We have the Bale Shoot or the Bale Collect. So you can't do both, but you can do one or the other for sure. And this will do all of your standard 180, 220, and 240 centimeter square bale. So that works perfectly fine there. Now, you want that Bale Collect? It is going to be right here, hooks up like a trailer hitch. You're perfectly fine. It'll be nice and easy. Then, as mentioned, the star of the show, the Grown Primus 5000. This works like a normal baler kind of thing. However, it loads up and produces pellets. This is only going to work if you're using straw or if you're using hay. Refill supplies, this is going to be manual or automatic, and this takes molasses. That's why we had molasses in there. This runs a little bit slower though, 6 miles per hour, 350 horsepower required. It's a big boy to hold 9,000 liters. It does have, I believe, a little auger off to the side, which allows you to cart with this. It's a little weird at first, but you get used to it. Making our way down to the last 4 things in the mod hub, we have the Bale Shredder. This is actually going on the side of the Primus as an attachment. It hooks up to the side and kind of changes the way the Primus looks a little bit, but it works great. So if you want to use this stationary with bales, that's the way to do it. Then we have our additions. We have the Bale Twine. You can do 48, 44, and kind of all the way down in 4s, all the way down to regular 4. So you could do that if you want to. And then you could just kind of carry these around with you whenever you're going from one place to the other with pallet forks, things like that. This is going to be used on your square baler. Now you have the net wrap, 15, 12, 9, 6, or 3. This is going to be used on your round baler. So kind of just a fill bit. And then we have from 480 down to 80 liters of molasses. Again, this is used for your pellet maker. But that's not all. We have multiple different hulls, and they are all available in multiple different colors. So if you've got a certain color, maybe like a dark green that you use for all the buildings on your farm, you could do that. We have a regular pellet hull, $175,000. Then we have a pellet hull crane. This is going to cost $175,000 as well. And if we jump into productions, we have another one, pellet hull palletizer. That's the one I've got here on the far end. Then we've got the pellet heat plant. So you can take straw or wood chips, I think, and throw them in there, and you can make a little bit extra heat. So you can take those pellets that way. I think a lot of you guys maybe that do barbecues, stuff like that in the backyard, you may be familiar with using pellets. And then lastly, we have a sell point. So we've got the pallet sell point all the way over here, and you can put that down and sell your pallet pellets. Yeah. When it comes to the hulls, they are all almost identical on the inside. They just start adding stuff. So this is the version without anything. We can see we've got 4 different places through here, a couple of places on the ground. Looks like things were kind of bolted into the ground, and a big open area on this end. Door shut. They look great. And we'll go ahead and keep those open for now. The middle one, this is going to add a crane. The crane is super cool, man. So we've got an opening for it right here where we could jump in. We can also change the different things, which is kind of cool. And we've got multiple camera angles. So we got one in the middle, one on the very end. Then you've got one that shows around the piece. This is so cool. So we've got ways where we can raise and lower, spin, and then we can move this thing around the entire area. So we can move front, back, side to side, change up your camera angle, whatever, to make it easy for you to get around, which is kind of cool. So let's say you've got these full of, I don't know, sugar beets or something like that. Well, you'd probably want to change over to this attachment. We'll kind of zoom in here, spin it around, and then open it and bring it down, grab whatever you want and put it in the trailer. So that's what you would want to do there. Let's say you're doing bales. Well, here, that's what you use this claw. You'll grab your bales, kind of move them around. You can spin, do what you need to do. And lastly, one for pallets. Now, might work with bales, but I think this is really going to be for pallets only. What you can do is you grab a hold, spin them around. Again, with this one, do whatever you want to. Go wherever you need to in here, drop it around. Helps move things around, but it's also just kind of fun. So that's kind of nice. So if you want to have a little bit of fun, do something extra, you could do that. Then we add our palletizer for the pellets. It's going to be found in here, and it used to be like a kind of a production chain kind of thing. Still is. And I'll show you how to use it, but basically you take your straw or your hay pellets, toss them in there. It'll bag them up. You can see we've got bags in there. Those repopulate on their own, so you'll never have to do that. And then it kind of goes through this whole little shindig right here. It's really cool. And then it comes out the other end, and then that's when you would want to jump in and maybe switch this out to this and go grab them. So once it's all done, let's pretend, rather, that we've got our pallet down there. Take this, bring it down, grab the pallet, bring it back up, and set it on a trailer or something like that. Obviously, you don't have to use this, but it's here if you want to. Let's talk about the production chain that we've got in here as well. So we come here, you can see we have straw pellets or wood chips. So what you take is your straw pellets or wood chips, bring them in, and then you'll be making a little bit of money off of the, the methane power charge that you get right there. You just kind of dump everything in there and you're good to go. And lastly, we have our sell point. And that's it. That's like the whole pack. There's not a bunch of stuff in it, but man, oh man, does it help or what? Now we do have our pricing here, hay and straw, showing off different things. And once we take a look at everything in the store, we see we have our bale twine, bale net, and molasses, not showing any buying or purchase stations, but we do have those hay pellets, which are given a decent amount of money. And the pellet sell point is actually giving us a lot of money for that. And then straw pellets are all kind of right around in there with the pellet sell point still offering more money. So as you can see, we do have all the sell points from the base game maps, at least, added to pellets. Very cool. All right. I'm sure you guys want to get into the field. So do I. Let's go have some fun. First thing we'll show off is the round baler. So we're going to get the round bale itself, and we are going to get a set of bale net wrap. I'm using the base game John Deere 8R410 for everything that we do today. So heads up there. Now, we've got turn on and off automatic drop. We've got open the bale net door, which opens it up like that. And then when we get over there, we can refill the baler. Now, if I close the bale net wrap door, it doesn't look like we actually get the ability to pick this stuff up. So we want to make sure that we open that bale net wrap door, and then we get the option to refill the baler. So fills it up. There we go. We have 3 rolls in there, so it's going to load up 3 at a time. We'll close that door, and we can select our bale sizes from 125, 150, and 180. We're just going to stick on 125 for today. I just happen to have a field full of straw swaths here, so that works perfectly for me. Let's turn it on and go. And now we are making us some round bales. Let's see, at least with the 125 bales, how much net wrap it's going to make. Okay, so it's going to take, looks like 2% of our total amount for 1 bale. So it may be something that you want to run, just have a buddy with that net wrap. By the way, as I mentioned, net wrap just doesn't show up if you don't have it set up. If you've got it set to automatic, you never have to worry about it. And that makes it kind of easy. And if you're curious, at least to me, the net wrap doesn't look any different on the outside of the bale than the normal bales, but I also don't make round bales very often. Guess I can always just drop one down, can't I? All right, so this is the one I just made. This is a base game bale. Look the same. And a fun one for those of you playing on PC that are using Power Tools or Easy Dev. Those work perfectly fine for the bale net as well as the fill type. So you just want to use it like that and cheat a little bit. Hey, I don't know any other channels can tell you can do that, so there you go. That's it for round bales. So let's do square bales next. This is the Chrome Big Pack 1290. We've got bale chute, which is fairly normal, but every baler that you guys have ever used has had a bale chute. So we're going to go with the bale collect today. We're also doing a manual fill so that we can show you how that works. And we're going to need bale twine pallet for that. Oh, and don't forget your bale collect. So let's do it. Let's hook up to our baler and see what we need to hit. Of course, we have our unfold baler options. You're still going to have to do that even though there's nothing on the back. So, well, at least, no, you don't have to. Interesting. That's a fun one. Let's lower the twine boxes. So, it's going to bring it out. Look how cool that is. That's just so cool, man. Yeah. Let's see if we can get close to our bale pallet. There we go. Yeah. And there's our refill baler. So it says to stop refilling. Oh, it's loading them up one at a time. Very neat. Okay. Very cool. Yo, how much does this hold? That's a lot. We'll say this much. Boy, oh boy, is that taking forever to load. Maybe you want to hit load up and then go get a soda or something. So weirdly, the largest pallet that we've got for that doesn't actually fill this up to 100%, which is interesting. So let's buy another one. Let's go from there. There we go. We'll load it up some more and see what we got. So we are now up to 100% there. That's good, but how's this guy looking? It's got 30 pieces left, so out of all of that, we've still got another 30 pieces there. Very cool. All right, let's jump in here. Let's get it folded up. So lift twine boxes. Hit your button, bring it up, good to go. That looks so cool, man. That's awesome. We'll bring it around. Ooh, it's a little bit heavy. This big John Deere may have a little bit of trouble with this baler. Oh boy. All right, let's get it hooked up, good to go there. And then we have bale unload mode. You may be able to see at the top, we've got all three, one in the middle or two on either side, but not one in the middle. So that's interesting. Now we've got a unfold there, and that's going to bring that into us. Very interesting and cool. I will say the unfolded mode is a little bit difficult on the road, so don't make the same mistake I did. Fold it up, let it kind of run around like a little trailer like this, and then when you get into the field, go ahead and unfold it, and that should make things a little bit easier for you. Boom, boom, done. All right, so we're ready to go. Let's hit this to 180 centimeter bales. Drop it down, turn it on, and let's pull forward. One thing I will say that I noticed is I don't think we have any silage additive that could be added to this. So maybe that's something to note. Just a heads up, I didn't see anywhere where it would give us the option for that. So we're gonna kind of watch this for a minute, see how everything goes. We should have a couple bales that start to pop out and start to populate on this trailer. I will also mention at the end of the rows, this is turning around beautifully. So had no issue whatsoever flipping it around right there at the very end. Let's go ahead and hire this up, and let's see how we could go. Say hire them up, set them on cruise control. So there's what happens when the first bale comes out. Second bale just came out and popped right there, and we should see our third bale momentarily, and I believe it's going to drop the whole thing for us, and it did. I didn't have to do anything. We'll give it this much. That middle bale, looks like an arrow. That is not three bales sitting flat. Anyway, nonetheless, it is still very cool that you could do that with that. And oddly, again, it did it here on the second time passed as well. Like it was like it pulled the bale a little bit to the way. Nonetheless, I will make sure that I get that passed along to Creative Mesh. While I'm at it, I think I'm going to come through here and see what happens if I stop. Maybe this is a me problem, which definitely could be. All right, stop. Pull forward. Slowly pull away. All right. So I guess don't do what I did? I don't know. I don't know what the moral of the story was there. Now we get to check out, I think, what a lot of you guys really want to see. Pellets. How are they made? The Primos 5000. We will also go here with a manual load. So we will get ourselves that, and we will get ourselves some molasses. 480 liters should do the trick. We are also going to get one of these, but this is going to be showcased in two different ways. We may actually try and get some of those hay bales that we made and show you that way. But first, load it up. Let's go pipe out, even though I don't think we really need to do that yet. And it doesn't look like we need to unfold anything, so we could just kind of start refilling on our molasses immediately. It also looks like we're gonna need some water, so put you down a water tank, because I'm seeing a new fill type for this. Is this a Farm Sim 19? I don't remember, but we'll bring it by here, fill it up. There we go. All right. Using that's $50 to fill that up, so a little bit cheaper than a pallet of water, maybe. You got me, dude. You got me. Nonetheless, you are going to need to fill this thing up with water, so make sure you do that and make it happen. Let's lower down. Let's turn it on. It's going to slow way down. Yep, sure did. And here we go. 6 miles per hour on here. Picking up the straw swath fairly easily. This is a 13.8 meter swath with a Kloss combine header on there. And we're filling up actually pretty darn quickly with straw pellets at 6 miles an hour. Oh, that's ridiculous. It's going to be at 30-40% before we get to the end of one row. JK, 50% at the end of the row. Very nice. This will also fast farm, so if you guys are out there on PC and you want to fast farm, or you've got a couple tricks up your sleeve on console, I'm sure you'll be able to find a couple ways. Driver 53 does a really good job of keeping y'all updated with that. So easy to make happen there. It will not turn off by itself, so you'll need to make sure you turn that off, but you can rock and roll through. One whole setup is going to take 20% of our water and about 15% of our molasses, so we've got all of that. Now, we've got a couple things that we can do with these pellets. We could sell them, or we can make pallets with them. We can also sell them and put them in our production chain that comes with this as well. This truck or tractor might be a little bit tricky to get in here, but we're going to see what we could do with it. Maybe, just maybe, we could do this. So this is also set up to where you could do this with hay or straw. So if you want one or the other, it did look like straw was a little bit better cash for it, I think. So, you know, go with what you got there. Is that crane in the way? Crane's definitely in the way. Let's switch it over, yeah, to something like that. Let's do that. Maybe just get it out of the way. Oh yeah, you can also put your pallets through here and might make things a little bit easier. Let's see, we'll get to here, back it up, right about there. There we go. Now we are starting to make stuff. So you can see everything's going up, and then our pellets are coming through here in bags, and they're gonna come over here to a palletizer. So it's come through, it's refilled its pallet or pellet. Pallet. Rabble. They're coming through, and we've got all kinds of different ways to do this. The fun happens pretty quickly, so I wanted to kind of jump in here with you really fast. If you're going to be dumping in different things into that, make sure you empty it out first. It'll empty out with your straw, and then you can make a couple hay pellets there as well if you want to. So this is now going to take its sweet dandy time and palletizing a bunch of pellets. And also, it is now empty. Now, while that is doing that, we can come over here to this and actually show us some stuff in the help menu. So up there at the top right, it shows us today's output until right now. 17 bags, and it's gonna keep going up. Now it's at 18. Supplies last for 11 minutes and 56 seconds. Now, 52 seconds. That's probably going to change here again. Second 47 seconds. Fill level for straw pellets is 98% full, now 97 at 4,800 liters, at least where it's sitting right now. So this is going to keep making until the pellet is, the pallet is ready to go. Oh, I forgot how dangerous saying pellet pallets and pallet pellets were. Oof. Once it's decided that's enough, it's going to bring it over here and deposit the pallet ready for you, and then wrap it all up for distribution, which is just so cool. So let's see, let's change this over. Let's make an attempt to get this thing from down there. I don't know how well I'm gonna do. I don't think it's gonna work at all. I mean, it's supposed to work, and I'm sure it would work just fine if it were not me, right? Yeah, let's all just agree with that. So we'll bring it here. Oh boy, I can't do this. This is the way it's supposed to go. So if you want to handle it the right way, go like that. Bring it down. Ooh, can't go that way anymore. All right, well, let's try it a different way, yeah? That was a disaster. Nothing a little super strength can't fix. Bam! Done. I did it. Yay. Now I'm carrying this around. Each one of these straw pellets, this is 1,200 liters right here. So, bam, straw pellets. Yeah. Now I was also a little bit curious what would happen if we had a bunch of hay pellets here. So I have filled this up completely with hay pellets, and I just kind of am curious what would happen through there. Also, you may also be curious. Let's see, we'll turn on our help window here. Supply lasts for 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Well, I've got my time set at 0 in game. Top right hand corner, we're at 0 times there. So what happens if we speed time up a little bit? Does it automatically speed up the process? The answer to that is no. No, it does not. So it doesn't matter how fast your time is in game. That time schedule for supply lasts for, it is going to be the same no matter what. There's something I've found interesting. So you can see that this hopper is, well, maybe full a little bit. It's got 4,100 liters, so it says anyway. However, check this out. If we come up here, you can see right down in there, maybe, we've got our grain that's kind of being used for the palletizer maker thing. And you see everything kind of comes down a little bit, snips off the bag, and fills it up, which is pretty darn cool if I do say so myself. So I guess this is going to take up all the grain when it needs it to just place it in, I reckon. So we'll unload that, and now that's going to fill that up. You can see the supply is going way up. Fill level is still showing straw pellets, but I imagine that's probably going to change a little bit once this goes up. Yeah. And this is nice too, because you can just kind of have this running and you can go do something else. I thought it would be fun to try this. However, I got it stuck up there. Be careful. All right, so the straw pellets have now completely emptied out, and now we are filling up with hay. So there's the last straw, and I think that's the first hay pellet right there. They look a little bit different, a little bit more green on there. So I'm now curious how this is gonna work. Are they mixing up? Are they mixing them up? They look mixed up to me. I mean, look at that. Look how mixed up that is. You got some straw, some hay pellets. That is gonna be interesting to see that as a oh, look at that. I gotta go here. Toggle super strength. Dropped it. Oh, no. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting pallet once it's done. All right, pallet is done. You can see the top about 2/3 is hay and the bottom third is straw. And let's kind of grab this and see if we can get it off of there. Super strength enabled. Ba-boom. So now it's saying it is hay pellets and it's 2,000 liters. But wait, this one says straw and that's 2,000 liters. And that one's 2,000. That one's 2,000. Why did this one say 1,200? What happened? It is saying 1,200. Well, now I'm just confused. All right, well, what are you going to do? Let's see. So this one says that it is hay pellets. So this should give us more money, technically, or should it? No, should give us, yeah, more. That's such a weird setup there. All right, so this should give us 1,273, so like, I don't know, $2,400 after being sold. Put it there. $2,546. Yeah. So it thought that that entire thing was hay, which is great for me. So we made a lot more money off of our straw there than we should have. This says that it's $1,200. Yeah, that was $1,000. That really wasn't too good. I have no idea what happened, but you guys know me, and I like to break a bunch of stuff. So there we go. That's a full set right there of hay pellets, or straw pellets rather, and that gave us about almost $1,800 for that. So we definitely got more money for the hay pellets than we did the straw pellets. Now, we can also use these for other things like bedding and that kind of thing. So pretty much anywhere where you could use straw or hay with, you could use these, and they kind of, I don't know, a little bit more compact. Yeah. So now that we have shown you how to do that and get things off the ground, whether it be with straw or hay, now let's do it a different way. So to do this, you kind of got to hit a sweet spot. The way I've got the baler right now, I grabbed it, pulled out forward, and went in a big circle. Whenever you buy the connection piece, little yellow bar right there, there's not one around on any other side. That little yellow bar goes at the front right-hand corner of this baler. It takes that whole front section off. Look how much just kind of disappears. Goodness gracious. And now we have set ourselves up to be a stationary bale press pellet maker. Yeah. So we've got our water. We've got our molasses. And now we can unfold this. Let's go and put a pipe out as well. That way if we need to pull a trailer up under, we can do that. And now we just take straw bales or hay bales and chunk them in there. So everything gets put together. We turn it on and it is ready to go. So we come up here, we can kind of see the teeth moving in there. If I go up a little bit, you can see that moving, bouncing just a bit. Hopefully that's not going to cause too much trouble. And the pellet maker is ready to go. I know a lot of you guys out there probably are using the largest bale possible, so we're gonna go with some pretty big bales right here. We're gonna take a 240 centimeter square bale, we'll drop it, and it will slowly but surely make its way in. Just like that. It takes it a minute, let's be fair. Any time now, any moment. It's like a horror game. Something like that. It's like, when is it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? I've taken this. You can see we have 8,000 liters of hay on board now, so it's recognized it, and it's going into the chipper about now. You can see it's kind of split off a little bit, so now it is actually making those hay pellets, which look kind of like straw pallets, at least from here, but we kind of see in there a little bit how it's shaving the bale, and then how everything's depositing those pellets that it's making and dropping them in. Now that is a big bale, and definitely not making a full set of pellets. That's for sure. Is it compressing it? I'm always curious on how like the animations work with this. I think it's just compressing it. It's not actually making part of it disappear, but it's still pretty cool. So let's see, what is our total number of pellets from that bale? Total is 1,981 liters of pellets from an 8,000 liter bale. So terrifyingly, I've done a little bit of math here just as things sit right now. Now, hay pellets are averaging about $700 per 1,000 liters, roughly. You know, everything's in the sixes, but you could go over that a little bit if you want to. However, we do have a 1,200, which is definitely an outlier from all of that. Now, with the 1,300 or the pellet amount that we have in here, 1,900 liters, it should get us about, on the average, $1,300, $1,330, somewhere around there. A lot more, almost twice that if you include that outlier payout. However, with this one bale, if we were to sell this one bale, well, we would get about $1,400 as it sits. So pricing is kind of the same if you're going on base game prices. But if you're using this sell point over here, the sell point that comes with this, if you use this and sell your pellets here, prices are fairly doubled, 1.3 to 2 times what you're getting base game. So if you're using that specific sell point, well, you're good. Yeah, you'd be just fine. This takes forever. I'm not going to do that again. But it's cool that you could do it if you want to. You could actually take that, set it up in the pellet hall, and just rock and roll. Oh, speaking of pellet hall. Oh, no, it's probably locked down in here, isn't it? Oh, no, production shut down. So this would happen too. Supply lasts for 25 seconds. But you can see the entire thing's just stopped. Why? Well, because I haven't got these pallets out of here. So as soon as I move that, now everything goes back to normal. So make sure that you remove these guys. Now, one cool thing about this stuff is you can see we have hay pellets and straw pellets that have been added to anything that will hold bulk goods. So like this little John Deere Model 50 trailer right here from the John Deere Mini Pack. As long as it holds bulk, you can see right here, it's good. Unfortunately, things that will auto-load production points, things like that, like the TLX Flatbed X2 that everybody uses, that doesn't look like that it's auto-loading stuff in. So very important to note that. And we also have the Box It, which I think would be about the same as well. But maybe I've got an idea here. The Global Goods Transport Pallet. These little guys are showing up, so let's get one of these. Let's go with the unrealistic capacity. Auto load is set for the front. Oh, it's working. Just kind of bump these. Oh, these are hay pellets, and I loaded straw into that one, didn't I? Crap. All right, let's try this again. Because you can lift this, so now technically, if I take this and I leave it here. Boom, just like so. This will hold, I think it's a lot, right? Unrealistic capacity, 200,000 liter capacity there. Oh, the wheels are turning in my head. Yeah. We'll back this thing in here into its, well, what I think I'd call its parking spot right there. Let that dump there. Let's go ahead and start making more of these so that we can fill up more pallets. I could get more pallets. I'm such a genius. I'm also thoroughly aware that I could just dump that into there. I know. We can just bypass this whole process because I'm literally turning it from loose into pallets into loose again. So does this idea that I'm doing right here make sense? Not particularly, no. But it's cool. And if it works, I'll be so happy. While my Global Good Transport pallet's in there kind of doing its thing, I am curious to see, can we sell loose pellets over here, or does it have to be in pallets? It seems to look like it's working, and it's definitely selling. So that's a good thing. There were 9,000 liters in there, so we'll see what that's going to be. So after selling 9,000 liters, we've gotten $11,457. And we got exactly the amount of money that we should for selling there. So, selling in pallets versus loose. Well, I definitely just broke that, didn't I? Sure did. Ooh. There we go. All right, we'll go and drop that down. I had to lower that twice. It doesn't look like you need to pelletize them. Though it's fun. Oh, don't tell me one came in here. It did. It's 2,000 liters heavier. Rabble. Anyway, this part's cool, but I looking at it now, I don't actually think you need to use it. So that's a good thing, I guess. Still cool, though. This is definitely one of the few things in the game I would work harder for just to see it. So cool. So I think the last piece of kit that we really haven't messed with is the production chain right here. This is the only legitimate production chain that we have, at least the way that Farming Simulator allows it. So we've got straw pellets going in. We can hold up 25,000 liters of them, and it's going to turn it into an electrical charge for us. So 130 of those. And yeah. It kind of works the way you guys are used to. There's also, you probably saw that, wood chips. So you could do either one. It's just another use for these. So you could do like that if you want to. I don't imagine a bunch of people are going to be doing it this way. But is it cool? Heck yeah, it's cool, man. Something totally different. I love it. All right, real quick. Got to watch this happen. All the way out, over to the edge, and bam. Ha 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 ha. Got him. All right, yeah, because you can do that for a long, long while. Also, you can put down quite a few of these if you want to. So if I jump over to productions, we go over to here, which, by the way, as I mentioned, pellet haul palletizer thing is not a thing. Shop area restricted. Oh, I'm an idiot. Don't pay attention to what just happened there. I may have set something up a little bit different. But yeah, you could run a bunch of these if you want to. I know doesn't show there's anything in there, but this is the one with the palletizer. If you want, you could run, there's one. Let's see if we can get one a little close to it. Boom, there's two. Put down as many of these as you want. It does not take up your factory areas. So if you want to run multiple of these together at the same time, you can. You're good to go. See, we got a pelletizer in there. Pelletizer in there. We've already got one down, so there's three just in one spot. If we jump in, check out our production chains, they ain't there. So it doesn't take up your production chain usage. It's kind of neat. It's very, very neat. So this is a screenshot that they have shared with us along with all of the pre-release stuff. And if you look right here, ESH231. I don't know what the E stands for, but SH to me says Straw Harvest 231. Is that February 31st? Well, nope, because that day doesn't exist. So would it be 23-1? That would be like this coming Tuesday, like 2 days away. I don't know. 2-3-1, 23 of the first month. What do you think? I've looked around as well. It's back here too, so it's not like it was a mishap. I also put it on all of the tags in this video. So this is just more of those like, is it right? It makes sense, right? It makes sense, but I have no idea. Yo, Jackaroo, when's it coming out? So then I will leave you with this screenshot, and I will also say thank you for watching. If you watched it all the way to the end, well, now you've got my speculation on the release date. Otherwise, I have no idea when it's going to come out. But why would they send it out to us and then release it in a month? That doesn't make any sense. Regardless, hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like. Get subscribed if you do. Enjoy the DjGoHam fam. Double check that notification bell as well. That way, you never miss daily farming simulator videos here on the channel. This was a very, very different style of video, different type of video, and the different way that I would do pre-release stuff. There's a lot of questions that I still have, but really the only one is, when is it going to be released? I tried to show you these things the way that I would use them, the way that I would play with them. There's going to be a lot of other people doing videos as well. Make sure you watch all of the ones of your favorite creators, because I'm sure they're all going to give you a little bit of a different take. This is just my take, a little bit unrealistic, a little bit of fun. Hope you enjoyed nonetheless, and I hope you just have a wonderful rest of your day. Get excited for straw harvest, baby! And we'll see you later.